So a couple years ago, roguelikes had a sudden resurgence in the market. Possibly because, as far as things go, they're relatively easy to create, being that you don't have to make each level specifically. You just make a random generator and then it makes all the levels. But one of those games was Rogue Legacy, and that's what I'm playing today. In Rogue Legacy, you play, or at least right now, you play this guy that's destroying everything. This is the tutorial, which is probably not super important for the sake of this video, but it seemed like a good place to start. And besides, I may as well destroy everything. Attack down, attack down, attack down. Destroy all the statues, go in the door. Look, here's my happy friends. There's the chalice. There's some evil dudes. Here's a king guy. Apparently I was just supposed to hit the king guy. Now let's start our legacy. There we go. This is us. This is actually us. The other one wasn't actually us. This is the dude you can hit. And there's Santa. Well, that's interesting. If we go to the right here, we'll go into the castle. So this is the main draw of roguelikes, or roguelites. Every time you start, it's a new experience. So every time I come into this castle is rebuilt, meaning I don't know what's in the castle, apart from this handy little map here that shows the castle is in the middle, forest is in the back, dungeon is down below, and the tower is up above. How helpful. And then there are little bits of story from these prince journals. Journal entry 1. Treason! An assassin has wounded my father and the king. That may have been me. Not sure why I did it. Because the tooltips told me so. So to bring order back to the kingdom, he has sent my siblings and I on a quest to save him. Together, we will venture into the cursed woods and enter the Castle Hamson. The cursed castle has stood on the edge of the woods since time immortal, but rumors say that within it dwells an item which will cure any ailment. Tonight, I will get a head start over my brothers and sisters and set forth on my quest while they lay asleep. To fail in this quest would be an embarrassment to my name. Well, Mr. Hoity-toity Prince, having played this game a little bit and knowing what's in this dungeon, no it wouldn't. This dungeon is full of death. Oop, like that. See that? That was death. I haven't played this game a whole lot in quite a while. Whew. Dang, I thought I could kill him before he threw another one. But essentially the goal is to explore the dungeon and find money, or other useful objects. Ooh, 100 gold. Ah! Just over my head. Ooh. And not die. That's the other important thing about being in the castle. Which, being that I only have 25 of 100 life left, and 1 of 100 life left, I'm not exactly doing super great at that. And most of the time, you're not going to find much to... Ooh, I say that right as I get something to heal. You're not going to find much in the way of healing items in this dungeon either. I mean, I just found one, and I went from having 1 life to having 11. But 1 hit will probably do... Oh, yeah, see? 1 hit did significantly more than that. Sir Lee has been slain by a flamelock. So, this is the interesting part of Rogue Legacy. After you die, you choose your heir. So there was Sir Lee. He died after 30 years. Now, we get to choose our heir. And every heir has interesting facts about them. So, for instance, this one's colorblind. I might choose her just because that's an interesting function that actually affects gameplay. Some of them, like this one, a savant. She's very talented and has with few issues. That's not going to actually affect the gameplay at all. That's just there for words. Irritable bowel syndrome, because, even the most valiant heroes suffer from irritable bowels. But let's choose this one. Oh, also, you'll notice they each have a spell. This one has a sickle, which is kind of like the axe in Castlevania games. This one has the chakram, which is sort of a frisbee of death. And this one has quantum translocator. It teleports you to the shadows, obviously. I mean, don't you have a quantum translocator? So here's the skill tree, or plane at the moment. But as we buy things, like this blacksmith, our skill tree will grow. So let's buy a little bit of health. And look, now we can upgrade our knight to a paladin. Let's go ahead and do that. Through rigorous training, paladins have learned how to block blows from any direction. So impressive. Your armor, or your weight, is very important, because upgrading your armor using the smithy that I unlocked down here requires being able to carry heavier armor, because obviously better armor is heavier. Duh. That's how it works. So if I want better armor, I have to upgrade my carrying weight so that way I can carry that armor. At the moment, though, I'm just going to put everything I got into health. So since this person is colorblind, the world is now black and white. Let's talk to the blacksmith. Welcome, hero. Maybe you can help me. I used to be the greatest blacksmith in all the lands. But one day, the monsters of this castle attacked my smithy and stole all my blueprints. Without those blueprints, I can only make cutlery and stuff. I mean, cutlery, I'm sure there's a solid business there. Please bring back any Please bring back any blueprints you find. That's kind of a tongue twister. See, I can't even talk now. And I can build the most amazing equipment ever. Ever. At a price, of course. Jerk. So I don't have a whole lot of money left. I probably should have saved a little bit of it. But if I did, I could, say, buy this Squire's sword, which would allow me to do 7 more damage every hit, which would be very useful. So then, despite the fact that I have 80 gold left, throw my chakram at this dude. Does nothing. One must pay the toll. So, to enter the castle, I have to give up all of my gold, which he laughs about because he's a jerk. And then it builds a brand new castle. So this is going to be a completely different layout than the one I saw before. Now this room has spiky bits. And this is now a... What? How am I... Maybe I can... Well, that kind of works. Except for I can't throw it upward. So, fairy chests are chests that have a specific requirement to open them. In this case, I have to defeat all the enemies. And since my only ability to pass through walls, or my only attack that can pass through these walls, is my chakram, and I can't throw that up, I can't actually complete that. That's sort of a frustration about this game, is it's never balanced. It's you just get whatever you get when it builds. Oop. I'm already down to 55 health. That better sword would have been very handy. So all the enemies, or at least most of the enemies, telegraph their hits to some extent. Oof. Dang. Money! So much money. That really wasn't that much money. So these big dudes with the swords, before they attack, you'll see them, assuming I give them a chance. Ooh, dang. I'm gonna die. Anyway, they pull their hands back behind their heads for just a second, so you have a chance to look at them and be like, oh, I'm about to die, before they kill you. Woohoo! Squire chess piece. So, since I found that, the blacksmith can now build me a chest piece. This is a nice room. There's nothing evil in it, and there's just a chest full of gold. Wish I had a few of those in my house. So the main purpose of the game is to wander around, destroying everything to pick up as much money as possible so you can take it back. But there's also this story going on. Journal 2. Although I am the eldest child, I am not my father's favorite. I have always known he planned to leave me with nothing. Probably because you're a jerk. But if I find the cure, everything will change. The victor will earn nothing less than a throne upon his passing. Upon my acquisition, my wife and my children should move back into the royal quarters, but back to the royal city, where we once again will be treated with respect we deserve. Where are you now? No longer will we stand for the gossip and petty slander of my cousins. The other dukes shall bow as we pass. But I am getting ahead of myself. Yeah, probably. You gotta, survive first. I must keep my priorities clear. Conquer the castle, find the cure, collect my reward. Yep, that's pretty clear. So you'll find these rooms randomly scattered through the world every once in a while. Here's another thing that's randomly scattered, and sometimes won't even exist. We can pray for assistance. Sure, why not? We got a Helios' blessing. I don't know what that does, but we got it. Maybe it'll revive me if I die or something. Don't die. More money. So, really what it comes down to is just get as much money as possible. There are bosses, which maybe I'll survive long enough to die at one. Which I will die. Yep, there I went. Lady Jenny has been slain by a charite. Let's choose another. Go at it again. So we have a knight who has dwarfism. He never got to ride coasters. Really sucks. Then we have a mage. Ooh, mages are useful if you want to use your spells more often. Speaking of spells, whatever that thing I got was completely worthless. Oh well, we have a dwarf and a giant. So this one has the trait the one, which means there is no spork. I assume that's a reference to the Matrix, but I don't think it actually makes a difference in gameplay. Let's go ahead and take I have a knight, a mage, and a barbarian. I played a barbarian last round, so let's take the knight. And I guess let's upgrade this. That way we'll grow our castle a little bit. And then, ooh, we can get the enchantress. Maybe we should save a little bit of money for that sword. Yeah, we can afford that still. The sword was about 250, I think. Ooh, I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully we can get that and the sword. Let's talk to this dude. Oh! Maybe not. Helmet? Oh, we could get the helmet. Let's get the helmet. Sweet. I've now got a sweet blue helmet. I'm so little and cute. Hello, hero. Could I borrow your ear for a moment? I'm in need of your help. Why, sure, enchantress. I used to be a very powerful enchantress, but one day the monsters of this castle invaded my dreams and stole my knowledge. Kids, that's what you shouldn't leave your dream doors open at night. I don't know. It's weird to have your dreams invaded by monsters. I think this lady's a little crazy. They encased that knowledge in runes. Without those runes, I suck at my job. Well, that's problematic. Please, hero, if you find any runes, bring them back to me, and then I'll sell it back to you at a profit. You're a terrible person. You can't even afford the one rune that you still have. So, I'm noticing a trend with all these people. They're all like the best in the world, and then somehow... No, I didn't mean to talk to you. Then somehow had everything stolen by this guy. Or this place. Greetings, boy. Want to know a cool fact? I'm crazy. This lever here, with a simple pull, I can prevent the castle from changing. This way you can go through exactly what your ancestors went through. Impressed? You should be. How did I build this fantastic contraption? With science! Of course. And magic. Mostly magic. But my skills aren't free. If I lock the castle, I will take 40% of all the gold you earn. You're a jerk. No, I'm not going to give you 40% of all my gold. I'm going to give all my gold to this guy. And have a completely new castle. Oh, so this thing, I should probably mention, is a teleporter. I don't think I've actually seen any other teleporters in the world, but if I run into any, I can teleport back here at any time. Or to any of the other teleporters. I'm so cute and little! Which is both useful and terrible, because I have a tiny sword. Which will make killing bad guys very difficult. These darn paintings. These paintings are some of my least favorite enemies because they can be very difficult to spot, and that's a giant missile coming towards me. So the paintings, like this one here, you can see they'll start to shake if they're evil. So, just go ahead and hit him in the face, or in the painting! Hit him in the painting! And also, since I'm a dwarf, there are sometimes little passages you can go through only as a dwarf. So that's useful, I suppose. Uh-oh. Jump, dodge. Okay, so this thing down here, as you've probably been able to tell, it was a missile launcher. And I would have had to dodge past all of the missiles as I went along, but since I was a dwarf, I was able to get through. Also, since I'm a dwarf, I can hide down here, and then run out and get hit. A cunning plan, I tell you. They'll never see it coming. Generally speaking, I just assume every painting is evil. Because it's better to kill them before they can kill you. That's what I've always said about paintings. Kill the painting before the painting can kill you. So I feel like this round I'm getting a lot less money. I've only got 180 gold after going through a lot of rooms. That painting is evil. Those spikes are evil. Dang it, I thought I would kill the painting at that. Whew. Down to 23 health. I will probably die. That painting is also evil. It's so little. Just run away. Huh. So here's one of those teleporters. Anytime you run into a room like this with a teleporter and two statues, you know that going up is very deadly. And generally speaking, should be avoided. Oh good, this guy is still here. Run! Whew. Alright. So that's the main portion of the dungeon. Let's see if I can manage to make it to a boss room. Oh, this dude. This completely unhelpful statue guy. Sure. No, no, yes. Ooh, I got a ring. Hyperion's ring. I wonder what that does. As far as I know, there's not a way to look and see. And that's a dead end. Okay. And that's a wall of... What? Oh. I didn't see that. Okay. So... if I was a brave man, I would jump. I was delayed in the time I said jump. Let's try over here. Oh, well. Not the boss room, but another journal entry. I've paid my dues, entered the castle proper. The devil Charon? Or Charon? Has taken all that I own as payment. He has even pilfered my private coffers. I have left my wife and children with nothing. He says it's the price for any who hazard the depths of the castle. He says it's fair. He says it's fair, so it's probably fair. It's fair because all who have entered, none have returned. but I will change that. But why is that? That doesn't make it fair. That means that they pay with their lives. I will be victorious. There's no greater swordsman than I, even amongst my siblings. It's totally not fair. Getting gypped. This seems very dangerous. Woohoo. Okay, so throw a knife at him. Aha! Money, money, money. Now's the time. Go, go, go. Dang it. If I do make it to the boss, I'm going to die immediately. Yep, well, didn't make it to the boss. Oh, I defied death. Ah, that was that ring that I got. It's not gonna mean much if I die immediately, though. Oh. Gee, thanks. What the heck? Ah! Too many things! Oh, and that was the end of me again. Sir Hornsby has been slain by a Doombus. Alright, let's try one more. See if we can make it to a boss. We're Knave. A risky hero. Low stats, but lands devastating critical strikes. Let's try being a Knave. They conduct electricity really well. I don't know if that's a positive thing or not, but it's a thing. Let's go ahead and upgrade that once. And then, let's talk to Mr. Muscles here. No, wrong button. Get us a sweet sword. Yeah. Keep pressing the wrong button. Jerk face stealing all my money and claiming it's fair. I'll just find more money. Which incidentally doesn't make it fair. Ooh. So the Knaves were always my favorite class, because they can just do a lot of damage. Well, now would be a good time to be a dwarf, because then I could go through this little hole and get to the treasure chest. But since I'm not a dwarf, I can't. Ah! Whew. Aw, that was just cheap. Well, I'm probably gonna take a hit here. Yup. But it's worth it for gold. Took 2 hits. Dang it, die. I'm gonna die before I even make a reasonable amount of money. Take a knife to the face twice. Well, this is an interesting room. I'll just follow these along. Stay in my little square. Square of not dying. Oh, and I'll die. Well, I'm gonna call it there. This is Rogue Legacy. It's an interesting game if you like roguelikes. And I do. So I kind of recommend it if, you know, you find it on sale or something. I've been ArrowThief. Thanks for watching.